Hey, what's up everyone? Pete the Guttural Monk here, back with the June edition of the 2016 CD and vinyl collection update videos. Today I've only got 9 albums to share with you guys, and to be completely honest with you, 7 or 8 of them are quite common releases that you've probably seen hoard around on YouTube in the last couple weeks. Last couple weeks in my world has been an absolute swirling shitstorm of chaos and madness. Long story short, my girlfriend of 6.5 years decided to pack her bags and leave a couple weeks ago, leaving me with the burden to basically refurnish this entire fucking apartment. Safe to say that time has been short, money has been short, energy has been low. I haven't had any fucking spare time to really, do my due diligence and hunt around for new obscure bands to uncover and, to ultimately satisfy my metal needs, but, to eventually, share with you guys on this channel. If you guys could comment below, let me know an album or two that you've been listening to steady for the last couple weeks, just so I kind of play catch up a little bit. I don't fall behind on any killer 2016 releases that I may have missed. Nothing awesome falls through the cracks and all that shit. But before I get started with this collection update, I would like to give a shout out to 3 YouTubers that have been putting out some really great content in the last couple weeks. Definitely keeping me entertained pretty much on a daily basis. Charlie Pettifer, Metal Viking 82, and Canyon Bickle. You guys' videos have been fucking plentiful and awesome. Lots of great content coming out of those channels to make up for the lack of content on a channel like this. So if any of my viewers haven't tuned into any of their channels yet, I'm going to link everything in the description below. Definitely make sure you check out those 3 dudes. Some really fucking great YouTubers to subscribe to for sure. Get started with this stack of releases. This one you've seen before. This is Pleiades Dust from Gorguts. This one just came out a couple weeks ago on Season of Mist. This is a 33-minute long 1-track EP that kind of builds upon the sound that they started on Colored Sands a couple years ago, taking that progressive, technical, almost avant-garde approach to death metal, and just being the best in the style, period, that exists. This one was produced by the great Colin Marston, so you know what to expect here. Just a fucking full, awesome, absolute sonic boom of fucking material from one of the leading death metal bands of all time. Enough said about that one. Next up is the new EP from Gruesome. This is Dimensions of Horror, released a couple weeks ago back on Relapse Records. This was a kind of quick follow-up to last year's Savage Land, which, if you recall correctly, was in my top 15 releases of 2015. This is a 19-minute long EP that, in my opinion, kind of falls a bit short in comparison to that first full-length that these guys put out. The production on this one's a bit grainy, and I know they're going for that old-school sound, but the production on Savage Land was fucking spot on. So, production falls a little short, songwriting falls a little short, the whole album just seems a little flat to me, but I'm still a huge fucking fan of Gruesome. I can't wait to see what they do next. That EP just, didn't do it for me personally. Next up, however, this one absolutely did. After a 3 or 4 year wait in between albums, Zealotry is back. This is The Last Witness. Awesome slipcase edition out on Lava Dome Productions. These guys actually feature the guy Pat from Pestilent on guitars and backing vocals. So if you like that kind of otherworldly technical death metal approach that Pestilent had back in January, you're going to fucking love this album because it has a little bit more of that kind of straightforward old school death metal kind of merged into it. I honestly didn't think that these guys would be able to top their first album, The Charnel Expanse, but these guys weren't only able to top it, they were able to fucking tower over it. What an impressive release. Can't say enough good things about it. If you haven't heard it, if you've been putting it off for any reason, go and fucking check this shit out. Pick it up on their Bandcamp. You can get this in their first album quite cheap, so definitely support those guys. They're from Boston, Mass. They're just absolutely incredible band. Speaking of incredible bands, these guys are brand new to my radar. Pestilent Death. This is their first real release with Eulogies of Putrefaction. They're out from California. I guess these guys tune into this channel because they sent me a message on my Facebook page and they wanted to know if I'd be interested in hearing their album. And I absolutely was, and this album absolutely fucking kicks ass. This is an awesome old school death metal merged with kind of modern, brutal death metal. Awesome production value for the style. I really wish that I would have discovered this one on my own, because this band is just, they're so promising. I can't wait to see what else they do in the future. And thanks again, guys, for fucking sending me this album, because it's been given lots and lots of spins, and actually that's what we're listening to in the background today. So if you like what you hear, check out their Bandcamp, buy a copy of the digital, or actually buy a copy of the fucking CD. Support those guys, because they fucking kick ass. Next up, an album that you've heard a lot of, I'm sure, already. This is Retrogore from Aborted. Can't stand the album title, can't stand the album cover, but I love everything else about this release. This is easily the best of the 3 modern era Aborted albums. Love the material held within, and I absolutely love the fucking awesome artwork inside the liner notes, where these guys took some really kind of iconic old horror movie posters and had an artist just absolutely fucking knock it out of the park by putting themselves into each one. I think it's a fucking very cool approach, and for a nerd like me who loves old horror movies and old horror movie posters and stuff like that, what a fucking cool touch. Just wish they had a little bit more excitement on the album cover itself, but either way, this album is fucking top-notch shit. Aborted doesn't disappoint. This one is just fucking incredible release. If nothing else, check out, I think it's track 7. It's the track with Travis from Cattle Decapitation. What a fucking monstrous song that is. Something Impediment. Divine Impediment? Yeah, Divine Impediment. Fucking awesome stuff, man. Next up is the new, I guess you can call it EP, I guess you can call it a short full length from Grave Miasma out of London. This is a really fucking cool approach to packaging. Profound Lore put this fucking ridiculous digipack out a couple weeks ago. Super high quality shit, as Profound Lore is used to doing. So this album kind of breaks off a little bit from 2013's Odori Sepulchrorum. This isn't nearly as cavernous and old school sounding as that album was, although it still remains that really kind of, you know, that murky, muddy, almost reverb heavy sound. This is just set out to break every fucking bone in your body. It's absolutely crushing, heavy, punishing shit. I love every fucking second of it. Check this one out if you haven't done so already. The Endless Pilgrimage. I don't know if I said the album title yet, but The Endless Pilgrimage from Grave Miasma. Absolutely fucking awesome stuff. Next up is probably, again, one of the best albums of the year thus far. Altarage with Nihl. These guys are out of Spain. This fucking awesome gatefold jacket was released by Iron Bonehead Productions earlier in the year. This is a fucking violent but masterful, churning and caustic approach to that almost like claustrophobic black and death metal style that so many bands are becoming so fucking awesome at. Fans of Portal, Antediluvian, Adversarial, Impetuous Ritual, etc., will fucking love this album. Absolutely incredible stuff. It's just on black vinyl. I don't think there's an inner sleeve or anything, so no need to take that out, but fucking incredible stuff. If you haven't heard it already, check that album out, because like I said, it's easily one of the best released of the year so far. Starting up with the reissues, I've only got 2 today. This is the reissue of the self-titled Magic Circle album, originally released back in 2013. Magic Circle, if you don't know, is probably the best kept secret in all of heavy metal and doom metal, of US bands at least. Absolutely fucking love these guys. If you hadn't heard 2015's Journey Blind, fucking hit rewind, go check that album out. Back up a little further, check out the self-titled album as well. Incredible stuff. Very happy to have it in the collection finally. This was really impossible to find when it was first released, but now it's available again, and I've been listening to it a lot, I have to say. Last but not least, for the reissues, this is Auroch with From Forgotten Worlds, originally released in 2012. This is a much more thrashy approach to their death metal sound, as you know, compared to something like their most recent full-length, Tam and Shud, where that almost kind of hits that cavernous, I guess you call it like atmospheric death metal sound. This is a little bit more nostalgic. It has a little bit more of like a grainy kind of production. It almost has like, you know, and I hate to say it, but like a metalcore kind of feel to it, which I fucking love. I mean, it's super high energy shit. It's a quick listen. It's like 35 minutes long, something like that. Comes with a cool printed inner sheet with band info and lyrics on the back there. That is a lot of fucking text on one sheet of paper. But definitely check this album out. I've been meaning to pick up the CD for years. Never done so, but very happy to own this album on vinyl with some brand new artwork, which is really fucking cool and fitting to their sound. That's all I got today, guys. Like I said, if you can leave a comment below and fucking just point me in the direction of something awesome to listen to. I think I've only got like 3 or 4 albums in transit right now. So the July edition of these updates is looking pretty thin right now as well, but hopefully I can play some catch up and definitely find a couple new albums that are fucking absolutely punishing and killer for 2016. Anyway, till next time, thanks for subscribing. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Check out those guys that I mentioned earlier. Check out the description if you want to find out more info about any of these bands. And till next time, guys, cheers.